Hello everyone, welcome to video lectures on data mining and data warehouse, module 2, continued data warehouse implementation and data mining. So far we have discussed about data warehouse implementation. Now onwards we are going to discuss with data mining techniques. So in the data mining, so we are going to have this content start with introduction and what is data mining, motivating challenges, data mining tasks, types of data, data pre-processing, and last one is measures of similarity and dissimilarity. Now let us start with the introduction part. So we know that the extracting the useful information has been proven extremely challenging. So even though traditional data analysis tool cannot be used because of the size of data set. Data mining is a technology that blends a traditional data analysis methods with a sophisticated algorithm for processing large volumes of data. So here we have used the word sophisticated means. So that is the very standard algorithm for processing a large volume of data. Or we can say that analyzing old type of data in the new way, that is also we can call it as a data mining. So data mining is the process of discovering useful information in a large data repositories. So this is also the kind of the definition, and also we can tell it provides capabilities to predict the outcome of a future observation. And also data mining technique have been used to enhance the information retrieval system. So all the way we say that this is called as a data mining. So before going to the actual the definition of data mining, so business applications. So when we count to this, there are some business application need to be considered for the in the data mining tools. So this is the case. We know that the business point. So actually point of a scale which we call a point of sale of data collection in any kind of for example RFID, that is the barcode scanner of radio frequency identification, and a smart card technology. So in the every that is the technology, that is the business, that is the technology used to for the data mining tools. So here we have listed out there are some business applications. The one is customer profiling. So the customer profiling, data mining, how it can help. So there is a very simple case which helps to determine the what kind of people buy what kind of product. So nowadays the people are buying a certain product in a with the passion of in the social media or social marketing. So why they are going to buy, what kind of the data, what kind of the product they are going to buy. So all will be, we can have a, that is the kind of application is customer profiling. So there are certain customer, they are going to always tend to buy a certain product, not all. There are some of that one always, that is the some kind of the like middle age or old age people, that type of people are buying another kind of product. So youth are again children's are buying one set of product. So this totally together, so we can call it as a customer profiling. So another great business applications is targeted marketing. So data mining which helps to find a cluster of model customer who share the same characteristics such as interest, their habit, sports, or whatever that, even there might be sharing income. That is called as a target marketing. So another biggest application is the cross market analysis. The data mining performs association or correlation between product or sales. So another thing, fraud detection. In the fraud detection will be the mining tools are very helpful to find this kind of the detection. In a fraud, the telephone call, so it helps to find the destination of call, duration of call, time of the day or week, everything, the specific details we are getting. So this is the there are some standard definition. After that, what is data mining? So non-trivial extraction of implicit, previously unknown and potential useful information form of data is data mining. Or exploration and analysis by automatic or semi-automatic means of large quantity of data in order to discover meaningful patterns. We are discovering a meaningful pattern at the outcome. So that is also data mining. So the mining and knowledge discovery, KDD, the process of converting raw data into useful information, that is the knowledge discovery in database. How it can be done, what are the process is required, the basic steps of in data mining or knowledge discovery. A process of a series of transformation steps from, we say that, data pre-processing to post processing of data mining results. So here some of them we can take it in this diagrammatical representation. So this is the input data, raw data will have this kind of all processing. Then finally we will get a useful information. This kind of a process we can call it as a KDD, a knowledge discovery in database. So raw data will be given, the data pre-processing technique will be applied. There are a lot more technique will be there. Some of we have taken here, feature selection, dimensionality, DR technique, normalization and data subsetting. Okay. So the actual data mining algorithm, that is sophisticated algorithm, will be applied after this data reprocessing. And finally, we will get directly information based upon the what kind of input. There are certain input of data, so we need to go for post processing. After that, we will get information. So that for post processing, in the sense, filtering patterns, visualization, and pattern interpretation. So the data mining data will be divided into the prediction mining technique and all descriptive technique. So in the descriptive technique, most probably required the post processing, and prediction technique actually not required after data mining. So we can directly will get the extract the information. So we'll just brief discuss about this. Anyhow, we have to discuss a lot more in the next coming videos. The purpose is to transform the data pre-processing in the sense, which is to transform the raw data into an appropriate format for subsequent analysis. So here, the step includes the using data from multiple sources wherever we are collecting the data. Cleaning data to remove the noise. Obviously, we need to remove that one, duplicate versions or any missing value or clears. Selecting the records and features that are relevant to data mining tasks. So the time consuming steps in the overall KDD process, so that we have to take data post processing. Only valid and useful results are incorporated into the decision support system. So in that case, we are going to use. So for example, here we have taken an example of post processing, that is the visualization, which allows analysts to explore the data and the data mining results from various variety of viewpoints. Another motivating challenging is that one, scalability. So in order to, scalability is the main thing. In order to handle the massive, a large volume of data, so with a gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, the data mining algorithm must be scalable. Otherwise, which is not an efficient. A high dimensionality, we know that because of the high dimensions of data, now common to encounter the data set. So with hundreds, we say that hundreds of thousands of attribute in bioinformatics. We say that in all the gene data progress in the microarray technology has produced gene expression data which involving thousands of features. So heterogeneous and complex data, as the role we know, the data mining business medicine has grown, which has need to be technique that can handle heterogeneous attribute, in the sense of most of the attribute we can be taken into the account. And in case of complex data like web page, which containing number of hyperlink and text, and DNA data, climate data, which also having a very complex data. So that also we need to be handled. That is the motivation challenge. Data ownership and distribution. Data needed to analyze and is not stored in location or owned by the one organization. We say that. So instead of that, data is geographically distributed so among resource which belong to the different entities. So there are certain key challenges in that one, which are faced by distributed the data mining algorithm, which includes how to reduce the amount of communication needed to perform distributed computation. So how to effectively consolidate the data mining result obtained from multiple sources. That how we are going to consolidate all the result to obtain multiple so which we are collecting from the different sources like local databases, and how to address data security issues. These are the really distributed in the sense of obviously data will be distributed and the recollection is very difficult, and how we are going to allocate or assign the securities. So this is the major task of the key challenge. So another is the non-traditional analysis. Hypothesis is proposed. An experiment is designed to gather the data in case the data is analyzed. So with respect to the hypothesis, but this process is extremely labor expensive. Non-traditional analysis is also one of the major tasks or challenging in the data mining. So the data mining task. So now we should discuss about the data mining task. Actually, the entire data mining can be categorized into two tasks. That is the we can say that the major task. The one is predictive task and other one is descriptive task. So we can decide about what is the predictive and what are the descriptive tasks. So what and all technique will come under predictive task, as well as what and all technique will come under so the descriptive task. So that is the task of the major task which has been divided for the data mining. So now let us discuss what is a predictive task. So here we say that simply predict the value of a particular attribute, so which are based on their values of the other attribute. So the attribute here to be predicted commonly known as the target or dependent variable, while the attribute used for making the predictions are known as explanatory or independent variables. Similarly, descriptive tasks, the objective is to derive patterns, correlation, trends, cluster, trajectories, anomalies, which are comes under this descriptive task that summarize the underlying relationship in data. So it requires data processing technique to validate and explain the result. So we can see this by diagram. So entire data mining can be categorized. I told the major task is the one is predictive and descriptive. So here a classification technique, regression, time series analysis, predictions. So which all comes under this predictive task. Similarly, clustering, summarization, association rule, which come under the descriptive task. So let us discuss what is the predictive method. Find some missing or unavailable data values rather than the class label, which are referred to as prediction. So one small example we have taken here. One approach is just monitors placed at various points in the river. So these monitors which collect the data relevant to the flood predictions, water level, rain amount, time, humidity, etc. So these water levels at a potential flooding point in the river can be predicted. So based on the data which are collected by the sensors upriver from this point. So this is that usually we can install or place the sensor device on the river in certain point. So when it rains or time, flood, all rain, amount of time, humidity. So based upon that sensor device can absorb the particular data and which will tell that prediction which will next month or what is the next going to be flooded. Similarly, predicting the type of flower also, the petal width may be low, medium, high, that can be also taken. The classification, so here it predicts the categorical class, it classifies the data which we are going to say that construct a model. So based on the training set and the values of the particularly in the class label in a classifying attribute and uses it in classifying the new data. So we are saying that how we are going to classifying the new data. So actually there are typical applications under that credit approval, like what are the applications under the credit approval applications. Target marketing, there are many things in the target marketing. Medical diagnosis, the lot of diseases we need to be diagnosed by in the medical case. Treatment effectiveness and analysis, so that could be taken here. So other than that, predictive modeling is therefore there are two types of modeling tasks here. We should have a classification and regression also which used to continuous the target variables. Both will be used. So similarly, uh, we should have the other thing is after typical applications, a classification. Actually, the classification can be we say that how you can be taken into the part. So the classification if then rule. There is a simple method here. So how what are the things we need to be taken? So if then rule classification model can be represented as a in various forms such as student, class, undergraduate, and concentration level high. So such a student we are belong to the class A. Similarly, student, undergraduate, and concentration the level low, that student or that kind of the set of student we are making the class B. Student, class, postgraduate, directly we are classifying into the class C, because postgraduate student should have always the concentration level is always more. This is the assumption. So how we are going to represent in the case neural network and how we are going to represent in the decision tree. Okay, so both would be taken here. Decision tree. Okay, so the here the set of student we have taken undergraduate. Decision tree parent root node will be taken it as undergraduate. Yes, then what is the next? Our event is task. Next, that entity we can say that next entity is here concentration level. Yeah, undergraduate student is yes, concentration level is yes high. Then we can classify that. So that set of student is class A. Next, if they are belongs to the undergraduate student, yes. If their concentration level is low, yes. Sorry, yes means in the low. So that student belongs to the class B. Similarly. Next, whether they have the set of student are undergraduate, directly we say that no means they are postgraduate. Class C. So this is the decision tree. So same thing we need to take in the neural network. Neural network is also classified. How it is going to classify? Very simple. So the feed forward and backward. So the neural network is always there. We need to take input from the this left to the right. Here the class division. So here F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, F6, and F7. So assume that the variable we used here, neural network. So left to right. So in the feed from the backward, uh, F1 and F2. Okay. So initially first F1 we need to take. So whether all the students are undergraduate, here F1. Undergraduate, yes. So again fill all the dark line. Okay. If the student are undergraduate, yes, then we need to fill the yes means here yes, there is arrow mark. Their concentration level is concentration level. Yes, we have a concentration level. So if yes, class A, if their concentration is low means it is a semicircle, means little bit empty. This is the darkened circle. Undergraduate, yes, this is the concentration level, completely dark circle. Concentrated here, yes is there, and completely class A, darkened circle. So yes, no is there, low is there, the little bit that shaded, half shaded, or like 80% is shaded. Class B. Next, undergraduate student, no. So undergraduate student is no. So we need to take here directly. In the case there is nothing to take here because of this neural network we cannot directly connect to here. So here one dummy the circle is required because directly we need to class C. Okay, there is no concentration level. It's act as a dummy. So this is the simple way of classification. So one more terminology used in that one, the descriptive as well as prediction task. So we used to discover the pattern that describes the strongly associated features in the data. The discovered pattern are typically represented in the form of implication rules or feature subset. Actually, the goal is to extract the most interesting pattern in an efficient manner. For example, identifying the web page that are associated together here, we may discover the role. For example, diaper tends to milk. So which suggests that a customer who buy diapers also tend to buy a milk. This is the thing. Cluster analysis. So now the clustering analyze the data object. So without consulting a noun class label. The objects are clustered or grouped. So based on the principle of maximizing the intra-class similarity and minimizing the inter-class similarity. So this is the story about clustering we need to talk about. Whenever we consider cluster object which are grouped based on the always maximizing interclass should be always between interclass similarity. We should always should be maximize that. And interclass minimize the interclass similarity. Suppose that if we have all the fruits, we have to find the maximum interclass because apple, banana, all the fruits we have to maximize the similarity because all belongs to the fruits here. If there is any other hard food item, so we need to minimize that. So minimizing the interclassing. So find the area of the ocean that have a significant impact on the Earth's climate, which compress the data. So anomaly detection. So this is the major thing in the actually data mining. Need to talk about more here. So what is the actually anomaly detection? So this is the thing how we are going to check with the anomaly detection. The task of identifying the observation here. One example will be taking credit card fraud detection. We'll take it in complete example. So task of identifying observation whose characteristics are significantly different from the rest of the data. That is the thing here. So such observations are also known as anomalies or outliers. So this is very important task when we go for the future this thing. Task of identifying observation whose characteristics are significantly different from the rest of the data. The such observations, so we need to call it as a anomalies or outliers. So the word we have used both will be popular, outliers or anomalies. I think the goal is to discover the real anomalies and avoid falsely labeling normal objects as anomalies. So your applications include, so which includes that detection of fraud, credit card for fraud detection, and network intrusions, unusual pattern of disease, and similarly, we have to see that credit card fraud detection. Okay. So now in that case, we will take one example how the anomaly detection can be done. The thing is credit card fraud detection. Okay. A credit card company records the transactions made by every credit card holder along with personal information such as credit limit always will be there 58,000, 1 lakh, 2 lakh, 5 lakh depends upon the till 10 lakhs, whatever it is, depends upon the credibility of the person who is working in an employer or businessman or any one business. So age, annual income and address. Since the number of fraudulent cases is relatively small compared to the number of legitimate transactions. So here, anomaly detection technique can be applied to build a profile of legitimate transactions for the users. So when a new transaction arrives, it is compared against the profile of the users if the characteristic of the transactions are very different from previously created profile, so then the transaction is flagged as a potentially fraudulent. So this the meaning is that the person who is like detection technique which will build a profile. So this is we are talking about particular personal profile of a credit card fraud detection. So whenever that person having a new transaction arrives, okay, so it is compared against the profile of the particular user. For X person having a new transaction comes, assume that he has not done any transaction. So assume that that new transaction has come. So obviously it will be compared to against the profile of the user. So here what will happen if the characteristic of the transaction are very different from the previously created profile. So in the credit card, anybody can try to uh, tackle or fraud the things. But how that anomaly can be detected here in the data mining? So that is the major task of the data mining technique, fraud and how we are going to detect. So based upon their characteristic of previously created profile. So what will be their having profile? N number of attributes. So characteristic, name. There are many style of the way to write a creating profile. So anomalies they don't know, because they can have their own characteristic or their own way to tackle the credit card. So such a way that if there are missing values or something outliers, anomalies which comes that in that particular characteristic, if it's not matched, so immediately here transaction is flagged as a potentially, we could say that it's a fraudulent. So this is the actually inner technology is different, how the mechanism entirely different. This is the theoretically how we can anomaly can be detected by using the data mining tools. Okay, in next video remaining part will continue in the next video.